Okay, this is a quick on-page SEO audit of this website here, Fire Suppression Solutions. From what I can tell, they're based in Wisconsin, and yeah, let's take a look at some of the things they're doing well, and some areas where I feel like they could improve in order to generate more traffic and in turn generate more revenue. So let's start with some of the things I like. The website, it loads relatively fast, despite having this video in the background, and I know that I like that it loads relatively quickly. The target is always to try and have an entire page load in about in 2.5 seconds or less, but this is not bad either. The other things I really like is that they're using alt attributes for most of the pictures I've seen on the site, especially the product pictures and on the blog and in the news and press releases. So that's also a good thing. And then we can get started on the areas that I feel like they could improve. First things first, it's the messaging. The thing that always frustrates me with most websites is landing on the home page, and here in the hero section, you can't really tell whether they do, cattle farming, or they do, I don't know, machine learning or something like that, whereby it gets a little bit vague, and the goal is always to have the messaging in such a way that it very, very clearly explains to the customer here above the fold what exactly you do, who you do it for, and the areas you serve. Simple as that, without becoming very vague. Like, it should be easy that a 10-year-old kid can understand, what this is. Like a lay person who is not very technical, I can also understand what you're doing. So this is not a bad start. Innovative fire safety solutions protect your home and businesses in our state-of-the-art fire safety solutions that go beyond traditional fire extinguishers. It's not a bad start, but then it kind of reads like you guys are firefighters instead of what you actually do, which is sell alternative fire extinguishers themselves and fire suppression tools. You get? So already here, it's not very, very clear, like 100% clear what is it that you do. You don't mention the area you serve here. Like, do you serve the entire country? Can you deliver countrywide? Can you deliver in Canada as well, and Mexico? Do you serve the entire world? Like, is this global, or is this specifically for Wisconsin and neighboring states? So something like that. So I'd really want you to nail this down and redo this copy. And I've already done what I feel is a sample that can help point in the right direction in terms of this messaging here, because it's so important. Companies spend a lot of money and a lot of time in doing SEO, doing Google ads, doing all these brand awareness campaigns. But then when people land on websites, it's not this. A lot of them fail to communicate right here what the company does. So I'll give an example here. So instead of having innovative fire safety solutions and what we've written here, let's look at something like this. Okay, this is a guide I use when it comes to writing on-page content for all these, for every page on the website that we have. So for this hero section here, in order to really nail and be very clear about what you do, let me zoom in here to give you such that you can see it clearly. It can be something like this is just a target keyword for, like, modern fire protection and homes. Modern fire protection for homes and industries in Wisconsin. Don't pay attention to this. What we want to look at is this. This is, for example, what would go here. And it says advanced fire extinguishers and fire suppression tools in Wisconsin. And obviously going forward, if you serve different cities, if you serve the whole country, if you serve different areas, you can have this extension be that city and create in-video pages that target those different cities. But here, let's look for the home page, advanced fire extinguishers and fire suppression tools for Wisconsin. It's very, very clear to a first-time visitor to a website what the site is about. And then the description that goes here, instead of having this, we further nail down this, which supports. We further nail down this description to further support, our title. We sell powerful, easy-to-use fire extinguishers and safety tools to protect homes and businesses, and help first responders from new fire threats like lithium batteries, electric vehicles. You can mention grease fires or kitchen fires or things like that. So you can see that in terms of messaging, that nails it down a lot better. And then you start going further down the page itself. From this, I wouldn't put this new section up here because after being introduced to what you do, let's discuss it further. Okay, what products do you have? Which areas do you serve? What fires you prevent, etc., etc. What pain points are you trying to solve? I would put this way down because this is more like a blog. It has I've noticed it has testimonials and more things about the company, and we shall talk about that later. But I wouldn't put that here. So let me show you how I'd lay out the different other sections of the website. So everything in bold here, consider it to be an H2 title. We already have our H1 title here. We have its description here, and then these are heading 2s and these are all heading 3s. So we then start going down into details. Is your protection outdated? We talk about that new materials that are used to build, they burn faster, and people have seconds, not minutes, to prevent a fire from spreading. We talk about the rise of lithium-ion fires and the rise of EVs and these lithium-ion batteries that are used in phones these days, and the risks they pose. More about first responders. We also mentioned that, and then we have another section that talks about fire safety, and how these tools here that we sell, they fight more than one type of fire. They're not just ordinary fires, but electrical fires, grease fires, and so on. We mentioned how they are safe for pets, people, electronics. We mentioned our unique selling point, that they are portable, they are easy to use, they are easily fixed, they are always ready. You can move with them anywhere in your car. They are easy to reach, and so on. And then you have this section here that talks about different categories of protection. So something for people's residential homes to protect their homes and their families, something for businesses, something for vehicles, EVs, cars, trucks, buses, etc. And lastly, we also talk about how these tools can help first responders and firefighters. And then you can embed some of the products from here, like the best-selling products. Here, we mentioned commercial products that we have are these ones, and then residential products we have are these ones, and then there are links that lead to those ones. There's a link that leads to the pages such that people can read more and buy them. And then for the reviews, there are tools that I use like Trust Index to display Google reviews on the homepage. I've noticed that here on your GMB page, and we shall talk about it later in detail, you haven't gathered any reviews yet from everyone. You have some video reviews in this section, which is very, very good. Those they give off out of authority, but we also need to gather reviews from Google, such that you can embed them here. If you do a good job for a customer, you can always reach out to them and gather reviews from them, such that we can embed them here. Videos, testimonials as well. We can edit those videos and make them 1 minute long each, and also add a few of them here under the testimonial section. And then pictures. We shall get back to that. And then a section here for people who are interested in becoming distributors. A section of FAQs. This is very, very good for SEO, where we answer like 5 or 10 or 15 questions about common questions that people may have. What do we do? what we do, how these fire extinguishers differ from the traditional ones, how easy are they to use, how accessible are they, how safe are they around children and pets, so on. And then, simple call to action here. From what I can tell, the main goal here is to drive people to the product pages here. So you're already doing it here, but have a simple call to action there, and then maybe have, a way for people to call you directly or fill out a form in case they have any inquiry, and you can get back to them. So this is how I would structure the homepage, and follow the same structure when it comes to the rest of the pages on the website. Now, when it comes to your blog, your news, your press release section, what I have noticed is that yes, you're doing a good job, you're writing content, but then it's informative, but leads more towards news about the company itself and testimonials from first responders, which is good. It's a good start, but there are so many other places we could explore, we could lean into, because the primary way, the best way to generate organic traffic from Google, and after I've done this for many years now, and it has always worked. It's just answering everyday questions people Google about the services you sell. You get, so if you sell shoes, write shoe related content, answer every single question people could ever have about shoes, and over time you start to develop authority, and people start to trust you, and inevitably some of those leads will end up buying from you. So when it comes to this, there are other places that can explore. For example, talking about evolving sure sources, the science of fire suppression, case studies of new fire risks that exist as the world changes, limitations of traditional fire extinguishers. This is huge because you can always lean into the fire extinguisher that you sell, and how it counters all these limitations, and it's just better. It's more portable, it's lighter, it's faster, it's cheaper, it's blah blah blah, things like that. You can have simple checklists and guides on for homeowners to identify fire risks in every room, and this is very good for capturing people's emails. We can have a form here where they can sign up, but the lead magnet we use is that, hey, here is a free PDF you can download, and it's going to take you through a simple home audit you can perform. You don't even need a professional. You can do this yourself, just around your house, walk around, and identify potential sources of fires. And this can be for the home, for a business. As you can see here, it can be industry specific as well, and not just homes. For people who run data centers, people who do, who mine crypto, people who repair cars, people who have warehouses, people that own factories, people that manufacture batteries. They can all do self audits on their business premises to further understand what's going on. So that can be a blog post. Those can be many blog posts, and those can be PDFs here to capture leads such that we can start doing email marketing with time. Immediate responses for if, for example, an electric car catches fire. There has been a lot of news reports of Teslas catching fire, and people don't really know why. The common man doesn't know why, and maybe that further pushes people away from EVs. So in those first 10 seconds when someone notices their EV is on fire, or even if it's just an ordinary car, what's the best thing to do? Do they run away? Do they use one of our fire extinguishers? Do they use the blankets? In those first crucial 10-15 seconds, what's the best thing to do? There have been reports of people getting locked and getting burnt in their EVs because I think when it senses a fire, it just locks itself. So things like that. There's a lot of potential content to write about things like this that is genuinely useful for people. And then fire safety for people on the go, people that own boats, people that own RVs, people that own jet skis, people that do camping, people in that active recreational lifestyle, whether they are camping or driving around in EVs or doing any of this activity, they can also there's content there to write that is potentially going to be helpful to them. And then second last year, how professionals can include fire suppression tools in their training protocols and response plans. Yeah, like firefighters and any other professional involved in this field. How can they use these tools here that we sell and include them when training people and when performing fire drills, and even when on the job? Like, where does this fit in into what they do? And then to further create that bond with people, you can take them behind the scenes in how these things are actually manufactured, to really show them the rigorous testing and the quality that we go through to present them with the final product, such that we show them that we leave no stone unturned, we leave nothing up to assumption, and this is being done by professionals, so users can be ensured of the quality of these products before they buy them. Yeah, in terms of our on-page content, I would do that, and then like I said, we need to lean more towards but we need to pay more attention to the areas we serve. If it's only Wisconsin, if it's different cities, we can create pages elsewhere to target those cities. And also, I had forgotten here, this logo is not very balanced. I don't know if this was intentional, but the logo itself is nice, the triangular shape with the fire. It's like, danger. I get the imagery behind it, but then it just looks off balance to me. This say that has to become a bit smaller, or these ones have to be stretched out, or you have to change this layout such that it says fire suppression solutions in one line, such that it's all on this axis. The balance is a bit off for me, so we might also want to look into that. And then like I said here, we need to gather more. You need to start gathering testimonials, reviews from people we've worked with in the past, and then questions. Here you can see questions are often answered by the community within 20 minutes. Yeah, we can write our own questions here that are similar to the FAQs that we have here. Just common questions people have about fire suppression, and people have about this business and the industry as well. We can add them, and then because I don't know if it's just me, but then here it's the Google My Business page is limited. There's no phone number here, there is no website, there is no description, so you can also look into that, fix it. And then with the pictures are nice, but we need to add more pictures that look less stock. You get, because stock photos, they kind of give off vibes of they just downloaded from the internet, or they just mock up. So stock photo, rather real life pictures of our products being used to put out fires, our products being used in demonstrations, our products being used by professionals and homeowners and things like that. Pictures of them being manufactured, pictures of the different sites of them being used. So yeah, because you can see these ones were put last year. It's now August. Yeah, these ones were put a year ago. So we need to keep this GMB page fresh as well by adding pictures. Yep. And then in looking at one of the service pages, the one for fixed portable suppression tool, you can see here fixed portable suppression tool, and then the business name, but then there's no the description is missing. We need to add a description here that is unique to this product, and then you don't really have to mention when you're using. I'm guessing you're using something like Yoast SEO or Rank Math, but whenever you're writing the title and the description here, you don't have to mention the name of the business again, because the name of the business is always going to be mentioned here in the search results next to the logo and the URL. So You don't have to take up your own space when it comes to like service pages or product pages by mentioning it again. It cannot take up space that could be used for other things like 50% off, or we deliver in 24 hours, or blah blah blah, things like that. Other unique selling points that you can lean into to further push the sale, other than just mentioning your name that is going to be mentioned anyway in the search results. So yeah, adding a description here. That data sheet. There is that. Let's see distribution. Become a distributor. Yeah, also this page is very brief. There is no reason for this to be only and it's also, the title just says distributor. We are kind of leaving a lot there that we didn't touch. There's no description. And yeah, you can have this become a distributor for this, and then there's no reason that this page is only like 200 words. You can further break it down, the areas that you serve, the benefits of being a distributor. Maybe have different pictures here, people that have become distributors. Maybe have testimonials for distributors themselves, and the benefits they're enjoying of that. Yeah, I'd also go ahead and improve this one, the distribution page. So yeah, all in all, yeah, you guys have done, you're doing a very good job so far with the site, but it's just something with messaging and content writing that I would fix going forward. And then maybe here, this is good, but then the problem I've seen with your blog is that this font is very, 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 very tiny. The font of the body. As someone who is astigmatic and struggles with tiny print, I would definitely blow this up to a higher, to a much larger font, such that it's easier for people to read. I can give an example of one of my sites here, and you can see the difference that this font is bigger, and every time I start a blog post, I like to put a table of contents here such that it's easy for the reader to navigate, and then a key takeaway section. You get these two here have been game changers for me when it came to blogging and content writing, because it gives someone the big overall view, and they can decide what section they want to read by just clicking on that and coming to that section. But yeah, that is that. So that's what I would change here. So now it has alt attribute is missing here. But you're already doing a good job with that. Yeah, I don't want to keep you here too long. Those are the things I would do to fix this website. So thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.